Not all revolvers are created equal, and when age catches up to your hands, some designs just aren't worth the struggle. But in 2025, we've got options that are actually senior-friendly without sacrificing reliability or firepower. So, what revolvers out there let older shooters train with confidence, carry with ease, and defend themselves without getting punished by recoil? In this video, we'll talk about 8 revolvers that combine smart ergonomics, manageable weight, and solid defensive capability, specifically chosen for older shooters or folks dealing with arthritis, grip weakness, or fading eyesight. We'll cover everything from the Colt Cobra's buttery smooth trigger to Taurus's red dot ready 856 Toro, plus some clever surprises like a dual-cylinder hybrid from Charter Arms and a super light 32 Magnum from Smith Wesson that actually makes J-frames fun to shoot again. If you're tired of snubbies that bark too hard or carry guns that feel like bricks, stick around, because one of these might just become your next everyday piece. Let's get started. The modern Cobra keeps the soul of the 50s snub nose but fixes its worst habits. Moving from an aluminum frame to stainless steel raised the weight to about 25 ounces, yet that heft is exactly why the gun feels so polite in the hand. 6 rounds of .38 Special, rated for +P, sit inside a cylinder that turns smoothly on every press. Colt's linear leaf spring makes the 9-pound double action feel more like a tuned Smith, while the single action breaks at roughly 3.5. Folks with stiff fingers notice the difference right away. Nothing stacks, nothing grinds. The fiber optic front post glows in daylight, and the milled rear notch keeps the sight picture uncluttered. Shooter after shooter has run thousands of rounds, many of them hot 135 grain +P loads, without a single stoppage. Recoil stays friendly because the Hogue wraparound grip spreads the shove across the palm instead of smashing the web of the hand. Groups under 4 inches at 15 yards come easily, and there is still enough barrel to squeeze a little more velocity out of modern defensive ammo. The gun is too heavy for true pocket carry, and it can't take an optic, yet for belt carry, it checks every other box. MSRP is $899, but real prices hover in the mid-700s. If you want a revolver that behaves the same on the range as it does in a crisis, the rebooted Cobra is hard to beat. Diamondback built the SDR for people who already stockpile 9mm and don't feel like paying 38 prices. 6 rounds ride in a recessed, fluted cylinder and load on TK moon clips that pop empties clear with one smack. The 2-inch barrel, polished stainless frame, and 21-ounce weight form a tidy package only 1.38 inches thick. Fiber optic sights, orange up front, green out back, snap into focus even with aging eyes, and the double-action single-action trigger breaks without grit between 9 and 11 pounds in double action. Because the gun eats standard service ammo, recoil stays mild, and ammo costs stay low. A push-button cylinder latch and rounded edges prevent snags when the revolver comes out of a purse or appendix holster. The only real gripe is the lack of a factory night sight option, though aftermarket dots can replace the pinned front blade. MSRP sits at $821, and most shops list it in the high 600s. For seniors who shoot semi-autos but crave revolver simplicity, the SDR feels instantly familiar and never abusive. As a bonus, every SDR features a stainless steel frame and barrel precision forged, while the cylinder is machined from bar stock with 6 flutes and chamfered chambers to ease loading and feeding. The 2-inch barrel is pinned and recessed to maintain alignment. One internal part requires fitting to keep costs down. A captured crane with push-button release makes field stripping for cleaning a one-handed task. And the Hogue rubber grips, embossed with the Diamondback logo and molded with subtle finger grooves, anchor even weak or arthritic hands in a consistent, rock-solid hold. Charter's Double Dog earns its name by shipping with 2 cylinders, one in .357 Magnum, the other in 9mm. Swapping them takes a single screw and about 30 seconds, no gunsmith required. The little frame holds 5 rounds, weighs just over 20 ounces in the 2.2-inch version, and offers an exposed hammer for single-action work. The 4.2-inch Target model adds porting and an adjustable rear sight that tames Magnum lift. Better yet, the 9mm cylinder grabs cases without moon clips, a blessing for anyone who doesn't enjoy chasing tiny steel wafers around the range. Pros are obvious: 2 calibers, respectable price, .637 Street for the snub, a few dollars more for the long barrel, and simple mechanics. Cons exist. A firm slap on the ejector is needed to clear 9mm brass, and heavy .357 loads can wrap the shooter's knuckle if the factory wood grip doesn't fit their hand. Seniors can avoid both issues by running inexpensive 9mm for practice and 38 Special Plus P for defense. The Double Dog may not have the polish of pricier brands, yet it offers flexibility no other revolver in this price class touches. Charter's decision to engineer the 9mm cylinder without needing moon clips makes it especially attractive to older shooters, simplifying reloads and sparing them the hassle of dealing with fussy ejectors or accessory-dependent parts. The M206 proves that reliability isn't reserved for boutique wheel guns. Forged in the Philippines, this all-steel snub holds 6 rounds of .38 Special and weighs a solid 25 ounces. That mass, matched with old-school hardwood stocks, turns standard pressure ammunition into a pussycat. The 2.15-inch barrel and 7 3/4-inch overall length keep it concealable while leaving enough sight radius to place shots confidently at common self-defense ranges. The trigger, about 10 pounds double action, 6 single action, is smoother than its bargain price suggests because Rock Island still finishes parts by hand. A hooked hammer invites single action accuracy, though a double action only version exists for pocket carry. Fixed sights are plain, and the company won't guarantee plus P use in writing, but most owners report no trouble with occasional hotter loads. At $283 MSRP, often under $250 on sale, the M206 lets seniors buy a dependable nightstand gun without raiding the retirement fund. It won't impress at barbecue show and tell, yet it always fires when the target in front of you matters most. And for older shooters who struggle with harsh recoil or finicky controls, the M206 offers a soft-shooting, simple-to-operate solution with classic revolver feel, especially when fitted with the larger M200 grip to better fill the hand and tame muzzle rise even further. That full-size polymer grip can be installed easily and gives arthritic hands more surface area to control the gun during recoil. Combined with the steel frame's weight, this makes it one of the most forgiving small revolvers out there. Taurus took the familiar 6-shot Model 856, stretched the barrel to 3 inches, then milled the top strap for a micro red dot. Mounting plate and screws come in the box. Slide on a 507K or EPS carry and the front sight worries vanish. Older shooters suddenly get one dot focus instead of lining up 2 blades and a notch. The extra barrel length nudges velocity upward and gives the ejector stroke almost enough travel to kick empties free. Weight is about 23 ounces, recoil-soaking grips wear subtle texturing, and the trigger smooths out after a couple of boxes. Casings occasionally cling to the short ejector rod if the shooter baby taps it, but a brisk palm slap solves that. The revolver costs roughly $400 on the street, making it the cheapest factory optics-ready wheel gun available. For seniors whose eyes no longer love irons, the 856 Toro offers red dot clarity without leaving the revolver they trust. The natural stainless finish helps the serrated front sight stand out when no optic is installed, which is especially helpful in dim conditions where black-on-black sights would blur together. And while some red dot-ready guns can feel like modified afterthoughts, this one was clearly engineered for the job from the ground up, offering compatibility, balance, and reliability. The round butt frame sits well in most hand sizes, and Taurus didn't skimp on the grips. They strike a good balance between texture and concealment without grabbing at cover garments. Seniors looking for a revolver that respects their eyesight while sticking to a time-tested manual of arms will find the Toro refreshing, yet practical. Lipsy's asked Smith Wesson to build a featherweight J-frame that shoots soft yet still hits hard, and the 632 is the result. Chambered in .32 H&R Magnum, the gun weighs only 16.3 ounces thanks to its aluminum frame and stainless barrel sleeve. 6 rounds ride in the cylinder, and the enclosed hammer keeps lint out while preventing snags. Internal tweaks, chamfered chambers, endurance package parts, lighter springs make the double-action only pull smoother than most factory J-frames. The XS tritium front dot and U-notch rear glow in low light and remain visible in bright sun, a decisive edge over the usual gutter sights. VZG-10 high horn grips lift the hand higher on the backstrap, spreading recoil so even arthritic wrists manage brisk defensive loads. While .32 H&R sits below .38 Special Plus P in power, reduced recoil means faster, more accurate follow-ups, and the gun still outperforms .22 Magnum pocket pieces. MSRP is $759, though many dealers ask around $700. Anyone who wants a truly light revolver without .38 snappiness should give the 632 a serious look. Unlike older J-frames that often feel punishing or cramped during rapid fire, the 632 balances comfort and control through every detail, from its flush-cut grip base for concealment to the relieved left panel that makes speed loaders easier to use. Smith & Wesson didn't just shave weight, they actually made the experience more shootable. This isn't a novelty, it's a real usable carry piece that encourages practice and inspires confidence. Ruger's polymer-framed LCR broke new ground by giving snub-nosed shooters a trigger that feels glassy rather than gravelly. The 327 version keeps that cam-action pull but offers caliber flexibility unmatched by 38 models. Seniors can load full-power 327 Federal for the nightstand, milder 32 H&R for practice, or nearly recoilless 32 long when the hands need a break. The 6-shot cylinder, PVD coated for corrosion resistance, locks up tight, and the pinned front blade can be swapped for a fiber optic or night sight. With a 1.87-inch barrel and 17-ounce weight, the revolver disappears under light clothing yet gives enough grip surface to anchor two strong hand fingers comfortably. Recoil with Magnum loads is brisk, so the trick is matching the cartridge to the shooter's tolerance, something this platform invites. Ruger lists the gun at $859. Street prices sit roughly $150 lower. For seniors who appreciate choice and a superb factory trigger, the LCR in 327 may be the most versatile featherweight in the rack. What makes it even more practical is its compatibility with 32 H&R Magnum, which, again, is a wee bit softer than 38 Special Plus P, but still offers solid defensive performance. This cartridge strikes a balance between recoil control and real-world effectiveness, making the LCR far more forgiving during training or extended practice. Kimber trimmed every spare ounce from the stainless K6S and delivered the 16-ounce K6X, an aluminum-framed 38 Special that still carries 6 rounds. Corners are radiused, the cylinder release is a push button rather than a sliding latch, and the 2-inch barrel balances the gun perfectly for inside-the-waistband carry. The double-action-only trigger combines a butter-smooth roll with a distinct wall that appears if you slow down for a precision shot, ideal for shooters whose finger strength isn't what it was. Fixed sights are milled into the top strap, yet Kimber deepened the rear notch and drilled an orange ring into the front blade, so alignment comes quickly even on shaded ranges. The Hogue monogrip covers the backstrap and extends far enough for a full 3-finger hold, taming the snappy impulse that comes with lightweight frames. Run standard pressure loads, and the little Kimber stays lively without being brutal. Hotter plus P rounds remind you why the grip matters. At $679 suggested and around $650 retail, the K6X costs more than a budget snub but earns its keep with a better trigger, an extra round, and sights you can actually use. Seniors comfortable with modest recoil will appreciate the blend of speed, concealability, and control. While not a plinker for all-day sessions, the K6X thrives in short practice drills and real-world readiness. The grip texture can be tailored further with goon tape, and Kimber offers alternate grips on their website, including boot grips and Altamont wood for better fit or aesthetics. So, there you have it. 8 revolvers built with seniors in mind, offering less recoil, smoother triggers, better sights, and more carry-friendly weight than ever before. Which one caught your eye? Drop it in the comments below. We want to hear your pick. And while you're there, don't forget to hit that like button, share this video with someone shopping for their first revolver, subscribe for more pro Second Amendment content, and tap the bell so you don't miss the next drop.